Two sets of identical twin boys lie side by side, 2 floors apart. Two first-time mothers stare lovingly down at their sons, waiting for the next opportunity to hold them in their arms. For Emma Prader, the day when she can take her boys home is within reach, after 4 long months of experiencing the nightly heartbreak of leaving hospital without them. Whitney Westrope is just over a week into her journey in learning to navigate the tubes and electrodes attached to her tiny sons. Both women will spend Mother's Day in King Edward Memorial Hospital, where little miracles like James and William Prader and August and Jasper Westrope are given the best possible chance of survival after extremely premature birth. James and William were not due until April 28 but are now 16 weeks old, weighing a healthy 3.5 kilograms each. They were born on January 18, when Mrs. Prader was almost 26 weeks pregnant. Their safe arrival into the world, a miracle in itself, came just 6 weeks after risky in utero surgery to save their lives. Emma and her husband Nick found out at 18 weeks that their babies had twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome, which occurs when identical twins have a shared placenta and connecting arteries. Whitney Westrope has some cuddle time with baby August. Picture, Michael Wilson surgery was necessary to save the boys' lives, but the couple were devastated to learn there was just a 50% chance that both would survive, and an 80% chance that one would survive. I went into surgery 5 days later. They did a keyhole surgery and severed some of the shared arteries. Everything went as perfect as could be, Mrs. Prader said. Professor Jan Dickinson, the head of the maternal fetal medicine service at KEMH, carried out the surgery. We can't thank her enough. She saved our babies from terrible odds, Mrs. Prader said. Just over a month later, at 24 weeks, Mrs. Prader's waters broke and she taken to hospital. 8 days later, she gave birth to James and William, weighing just 765 grams and 800 grams. Throughout their 115 days in hospital, the resilient brothers have amazed their parents with their progress. The boys have responded beautifully. They're real little fighters. I just can't believe how much they've grown. We're very proud, Mrs. Prader said. The brothers have chronic lung disease, which they are expected to grow out of, and spent 12 weeks in the KEMH neonatal intensive care unit. 2 weeks ago they graduated to the special care nursery. The Praders have been soaking up the cuddles with their growing boys and enjoying milestones such as giving them their first bath 2 weeks ago. The biggest milestone yet, getting their babies home, is inching closer every day, hopefully by the end of the month. Mrs. Prader said, dragging yourself away every night, it's horrible. You're so used to having them with you in your stomach and then all of a sudden you have to leave them and go home. It is a feeling Mrs. Westrope is still growing accustomed to 10 days after the surprise early arrival of her identical twin boys. Jasper and August were born on May 3, weighing just over a kilogram each and both 37 centimeters long. The boys have responded beautifully. They're real little fighters. I just can't believe how much they've grown. We're very proud. Emma Prader Westrope, herself an identical twin, had an uncomplicated pregnancy, so she and husband Evan were caught off guard when Jasper's amniotic sac broke at 26 weeks and 6 days. She went to Joondalup Hospital, was rushed in an ambulance to KEMH, and the boys were delivered safely via emergency cesarean. Jasper and August are in the NICU and incubators and will remain at the hospital for the foreseeable future. In the meantime, the couple are making the most of precious skin-to-skin time, a vital part of bonding in the early weeks. Mrs. Westrope gently cleans August. "Well, I'm here, I'm pretty good, but leaving here is horrific," Mrs. Westrope said. "I don't think I've fully processed it. I'm still in it, but I've had incredible support. They are amazing little men. Both mothers spend all day, every day, at the hospital watching over their boys and have come to bond with other families in similar situations, as well as the nursing staff." KEMH is the only hospital in WA which cares for newborns of less than 30 weeks gestation. It treats more than 2,200 babies every year, including on average 150 sets of twins and 5 sets of triplets a year. Clinical nurse Jane Lake said it was extremely rewarding to watch premature babies such as the Westrope and Prader brothers grow. "People say that neonatal nursing is hard, but actually it's extremely positive, because for every few sad stories, there are always good stories, and babies going home," Ms. Lake said. "The majority of babies grow, feed and go home. It's a lovely way to do one's work."